whenever people get into hill walking and hiking in Scotland, very often numbers become a thing. 282 is probably the most prominent number. That is the golden ticket number, the Munro bagging number. From all the Munros, from Ben Nevis to Beach and Banana, Mealnan to Mackin, and so on and so on and so on. Getting that numbers ticked off can be an amazing sense of achievement. There's also a second number that's slightly lower than that, and it's 222, and that is the Corbetts. These are slightly lower but equally stunning when you see some of the views that you pick off of them. But for all the clips we're showing you now, we're going to be focusing on numbers that mean nothing to any of these. These are slightly lower, and it's 141, and it's the Donalds, and it's the Donalds and the Donald tops, which, just so you know what they are everything above 2,000 feet from the border of England to the Highlands fault line. So we'll fill you in a bit more as we get through the adventure. Hi, and let me just say a very warm welcome back to the channel. If it's your first time here, thank you for tuning in. Robert from Nortent Adventures. As I mentioned in the intro, the theme of the day is Donalds, and we'll talk more about that as we get through it. Me and Stephen and me Jax, we're on a bit of a loop in a camp. Let's see, as we go, we'll fill you in everything else. Right now, we'll get some more walking footage as we get going. There's a tunic. Wow, nice. Hello, anyone in? Hey. Oh, there's someone over here. Oh. It's your signal. Oh, now then. That says that what's on the map is the refuge hut, so it's just under 500 metre up. It is an absolute dump, I'll be honest. There's like graffiti all over it, knickers, boxers, a couple of bits of camping gear for emergencies, I guess. I guess if you need to camp in here for an overnight refuge, that'd be a bit of it, eh? But yeah. And also on the YouTube wise, I think everyone and their grannies at some point has done their video in here, you know, or around here, you know, everyone with a Geordie accent, from the Geordie Well camper to Andy Wardell, hell, even young Andy Beavers back in the day. I think one of his earlier videos, he's walking past here. Filmman Dave very recently was up here. So yeah, we'll give you a bit of footage of what it looks like for the up, and then we'll continue on. This trip involves us ticking off 2 tops. One's a Donald top, and then one is the big one, which has actually got a couple of wee interesting facts to it. The Donald, that we'll get there when we get there. It's quite a unique one to finish with. So we'll finish our lunch, and we'll join you on the route further on. Back on the move. Made sure we put a wee note in their wee book there to say Stephen and Robert have been here. We're on a mission to finish off McDonald's. Oh, not really much to see at this one, but I think we're going to go with the signpost here as the summit point, and this is a hill called Hanging Stone Hill, which is a Donald top. So for Stephen, that makes Donald 140. One more to go, and he's complete not just the Donalds but Donald tops as well. So
this is a top,
there's your moment.
4 mile to Windy Gyle.
And then we've got a big log walk the next one, that way. You can tell someone's in a rush to get the 141. He's miles away. Actually, it's me. I'm going dead slowly because my legs are killing me for the gym. We'll get there. Might be the last one without the mic, see how the quality is, but just for the record, that wee white cairn was called King's Seat. But we need a bit more about where we're going next, and that'll be the next part we're going to film. There you go. Cozy. You've seen in the footage, that's the tents up, but now we've got some important business to do, so let me get eat something. That'll be starting the night off with these. You got yours, have you?
Aye, we've got it in here.
Oh yes, indeed. Nice. Because this is a wee celebration. Now, I did mention this in the intro and we have talked about this a couple of times. So the Donalds, as I briefly mentioned, are all the hills above 2,000 feet south of the Highland border. So in total, including all the tops, there's 141. After that last one we just tagged before, that's Stephen done 140. And that boy there is just about to tag 141. Windy Gyle.
Ready?
Go on then, get it tagged. I'll come in a wee second and tag it with you.
3,
Oh, in there.
2,
Hey! Look at that, eh?
your dancer.
So he started in 2020. You know, when a lot of folks started random shite in 2020, eh? Oh, I'm getting the house, let's go up the hills.
The Donalds bagging them in 22.
Aye. The Donald's one of them ones though, didn't realise, it's like me, I've done about 25, 30 Donalds. I couldn't tell you that I had, it's just, but anyway, I'll better come in and tag that and all. It's just, you know, a lot of Donalds, as I'll talk about more about in other videos and later on, a lot of Donalds are kind of tops that are next to it, like Corbetts for example, you know, like you go to White Coombe and then you got two other Donalds kicking around by it, so you tag them by almost mistake, eh? So anyway, fantastic wee list to tick off, and we'll get mine tagged and then that'll be me on whatever number of mine is. I'm not really tracking it right now, I'm tracking a couple of years if I decide to take it serious. There we go, they're mine. Now, the important stuff, we need to celebrate. Well, let me open mine now. That's why he's been running so fast today and getting his tent up so quick. So, all the best, old boy, eh?
Cheers.
It's always a great achievement to tick off a list, eh? Donald's, Corbett's next, maybe? Munro's, who knows?
Nah, I think that's me. I was bad enough with driving 3 years down here and I mean driving 6 years up north.
Aye. On that note, you can see them off at hills from here. They're only 58, 60 miles away, or even 40 miles as the crow flies. But it was over 2 hours to get here. 3 hours for him. Not the easiest at all, eh? Anyway, we're going to enjoy our drink. So I mentioned there's quite a couple of things unique about this hill. Let me give you a first wee clue.
Sunday morning, up with the lark. I think I'll take a walk in the park. Hey, 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 it's a beautiful day.
Did you get it? Did you? No. Let's try another one. Let's try it again. So, this is Scotland, and over there is England. So the cairn is basically a line, and between the line is Scotland and England. So we're on the Scottish side. Didn't want to stay in England tonight. So yeah, that was one of the unique things about it. But we're going to wait till after dark to tell you another thing that's quite unique about this hill, quite a bit eerie actually about this hill. Not just his last Donald, it's got a few more, tricks in the bag, this one.
Sit there, you man.
Aye, so we're up at the cairn. Can't quite see us, but we've got both our chill beams on. It's keeping the cairn nicely lit up, as you'll see. Looking at this. Aye. So I've gone from heated gloves to the ones that you've maybe seen in a wee video I put up recently. It has dropped temperatures. Like, I mean, it might have looked sunny this morning, as you see me the walk in and stuff like that, but temperatures is probably about 4 or 5 degrees, and me add on a bit of a wind, it could be close to zero. Might not be far off it, so a wee bit of heated gloves on there just to keep the hands warm. They are, all I say is using them now, they're a pain at the backside to get on and off, like really hard. And I haven't got this fully on, like, I can't get them in my fingers because it was just a boy ache to get that on without. I think, that's one thing. Another thing I noticed when I said it on the video that I was reviewing these was it needs that little clip so that you don't lose them. So when I put these down, like that, the only thing that lets me see it is the little red light. The eye is really dark, and I'm really bad for leaving things lying. Like I've lost a pair of glasses again today, which is not unusual. Speaking of losing things, I'll just address it while we're here. I got a new camera. For those of you who don't know, I lost a camera a couple of months ago. I didn't lose it, it got stolen. It got taken off Ben Oss while we were on the way up there. But thankfully, a bunch of people helped us out, supported the channel, and helped me fund a new one. I genuinely was going to have to put money away every month, and probably January, February maybe get a new camera. So in the meantime, it was going to be a case of we'd go out camping, but it would just be like photos, Instagram, something like that. So it was a few people jumped up with, well, we'll help fund you a camera and we'll get you out earlier. And I honestly appreciate that at the bottom of my heart. It was I didn't expect that. There's a couple of negative comments in that one, but I'm not going to talk about that. I don't want to talk negativity in the channel, but it is what it is. You always get negativity at times. But new camera. One of the big points with this camera I've got now, and I will maybe do an actual proper little video on the camera itself, was it has the Find My phone feature, so Find My Apple phone. I've got it linked to, so if I do leave it lying about somewhere and someone then picks it up and decides to take it home with them, I can go to their house and get my camera back. Hey, bonus. So that was a big one. And this one I've got here is very, very, very similar to the Instagram Ace Pro 2 that I had. It is still an Instagram camera. Instagram
Insta 360. Sorry, Insta 360. It is still an Insta 360 camera, but it just has a couple little tweaks in it that you've maybe seen in the walk-in as well, and some little angles that you might have been like, how's he done that? So yeah, but like I say, I think I'll do a video on the camera at some point in there, and I want to talk a little more at some point before we end this video as to why you're not seeing much of me these days, and what I'm doing. But tonight was all about getting pished and celebrating the fact that the man here has completed the Donalds. And we have something to talk about this cairn. But we're going to get drunk, and we'll talk about that in a wee bit when we're drunk. It's funnier when we're drunk. Right, the whiskey's out, which means it's time for a wee ghost story. Or does it? You know what I mean? Like, we don't do the ghost stories here, we don't do the haunted bothies, but hey, we're actually, and then I got to be honest, I only found this out today, so it wasn't like we came here looking for this, but this is legit, it's no made up story. This is a massive cairn. On Wikipedia, Walk Highlands, etc., they say it'll fit about 15 folk if they need to, and there's another wee one there for walking. However, the reason why it's so big is because it's a burial site. Yep. 100% fact, okay? 100%. It's a burial site. It was done in the Bronze Age. So, there's a bunch of bodies here. So, if you look at YouTube and you might come across, I slept on the most haunted hill in Scotland and jazz, well, can you get much haunted than a burial site, So, round you. So, I don't know the story about it. Actually, up until yesterday, I didn't know we were coming here. I wasn't 100% sure. I had a wee quick look this morning, and I say we were sat having I was having my coffee, and I was sat chatting to Caitlin. I was watching a couple of things, and it came up, saw a burial site, and she looked at me, and I looked at her, and I'm like, oh, jeez. So, yeah. So, here's a wee whiskey story for you. So we'll drink to the folk for the Bronze Age that were here before Stephen hit his 141. Get it open.
Cheers.
Cheers, folks down there.
Cheers.
Grand.
Don't chop the $10 night.
Please no. Aye, well. Win some, lose some, I guess, woke up this morning and it's all clagged in. It doesn't look like it's like thick cloud. It looks like we're just slightly lower than what the cloud level would be, as in there's an inversion on some of the higher tops. The forecast for here is by about 10 o'clock now, because it's changing all the time. By about 10 o'clock, it should be clearing over, but we're not going to be waiting that long, so we're getting our coffee down us and start packing up. Yeah, hope you enjoyed the video. First time back out for a while. I did mention that last night. I was going to talk about that briefly, and yeah, obviously having my camera stolen was a factor in me not filming, but that wasn't going to be stopping me from going out. I mean, I've went out once. Me and Caitlin went out. We did a camp in St Abbs, and I took a couple of quick shots and things like that. St Abbs, by the way, is the home of the new Thor, New Asgard. So yeah, it was just a nice wee place to visit. So we had a wee camp there. If you follow me on like Instagram like that, you may have seen me out in my tent recently, because I've been doing a few camps with work. But in terms of me getting out on my own, not at a time. It's been as simple as that. It's not been a case of not coming out because I hadn't had a camera. It's literally been because the time, and then going forward it's the same. I've got a couple of little gap windows in the next month or so where I may manage to camp, but then that leads to another point where this is the end of September coming up now, and the September has been pretty much a washout for a lot of folks. So some folk have just got on with it and gone for low camps, or like tried to, they've managed to get lucky and had that one nice day. To me, I just can't be bothered driving 2-3 hours to sit in a cloud. So, although I'm in a cloud right now. But yeah, so hopefully I can give it more frequency, but I think it will be more likely intermittent videos for now on, not quite as regular as, certainly won't be one a week anyway. So as I was saying to Stephen last night about this, my aim is to make sure that when I do put a video out, I make it count and make sure that it's, I put a bit of time into giving it as the justice that I want for its edit and things. So hopefully that comes across in this one. Anyway, while I'm talking, I'll probably give you some overlays of just some little bit tent stuff and things, and then we're going to get another coffee in. Last wee bit to camera. It's been good to get back out. Say, for me, I haven't been out since we had that weekend where we did Dan Castile, which again you never seen it on the channel because the camera got nicked, so the footage of that was lost, bar a couple of bits from the drone, and then obviously the next day we were up in Oss. So it's been nice to get out. Weather's clearing up now as you're getting lower, so we're going to get the sun out and the blue skies, so it should be a nice wee drive home. About an hour and a half to 2 hours home for me, 3 hours for Stephen. On that note, hopefully I'm out next week. October break's coming up soon and I've got a few days off. I'm hoping to be out, but if not, who knows. Anyway, gonna sign off here. Stephen's just ahead of me there. There he is there. Here's a wee wave, a distance. And of course, as always, it's Robert, walking on adventures. Until the next time, take care everybody. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for supporting the channel. You know, the supporting the channel is what keeps you going half the time. I mean that. I'll see you